Hello and welcome to this widening participation event for student teachers from Queen's University Belfast in cooperation with Stranmillis University College, St Mary's University College and Ulster University. My name is Ian Cullen and I am a lecturer in Modern Languages Education here at Queen's. During this afternoon's event, you're going to find out about the range of widening participation activities that are taking place across these four institutions. I'm first of all going to pass over to Professor Ian Greer, who is Vice-Chancellor of Queen's University Belfast, for his take on what widening participation means to this institution.
It's a real privilege to warmly welcome you all to this student-teacher event today. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic means we cannot be together in person for this important event. However, I would like to take this opportunity to highlight the commitment and collaboration between these four great institutions: St Mary's University College, Stranmillis University College, Ulster University and Queen's University. A collaboration that promotes widening access and equality of opportunity for our young people here in Northern Ireland. This is especially important at the time of the pandemic, as widening participation students are often the most seriously impacted. A student's ability, potential and commitment to learning comes first, not their personal or social circumstances. It's our responsibility as educators, as leaders, to give all students the best education and opportunities towards a bright future. That includes those who are most able, but least likely to go on to higher education. But these young people must have an equal opportunity to do so. The various outreach and widening participation programmes provided by each of these institutions highlight the importance of giving confidence to these young people. Queen's is placed amongst the leading UK universities for widening access, with 34% of our first degree entrants coming from low socio-economic groups. The Pathway Opportunity Programme, part of our social charter commitment, provides an entry to Queen's for talented young people. Our widening participation team is dedicated to working closely with young people, teachers, carers, school colleagues to unlock possibilities. Since its inception in 2017, 303 students have completed the Pathway Opportunity Programme and 152 of those have progressed to study at Queen's. It truly is a success. In addition, in 2020, our best year to date, 220 students have just completed the programme and will now be applying for university places, either at Queen's or elsewhere. Our Junior Academy, including our sports programme, engages annually with over 500 pupils from years 8 to 12, offering a range of focused, interactive activities to raise pupils' aspirations and support attainment. And each year, up to 50 students take part in our 2-year Senior Academy, which gives students the opportunity to experience what life at university is like. We're also dedicated to working with young people who are care experienced and encourage their participation in all of our programmes, while offering special collaborative initiatives such as our Reading Together programme. Recognising that early engagement is vital, almost 5,000 primary school pupils have taken part in our Professor Fluffy programme since it began in 2009. Also last year, our Northern Ireland Centre for Information on Languages Teaching and Research Unit engaged with over 1,000 Year 10 pupils in the non-selective sector to encourage the study of languages in higher education. We're already making great strides, and over the course of the next few years, I'd like to see these opportunities offered to as many young people as possible. In these challenging times, never has it been so important to encourage and inspire our young people to further their education. In your role as student teachers and in due course teachers, you can be the greatest advocates for these young people. You can nurture the promising futures they deserve. The role of teachers within our schools is crucial in delivering this aim, and none of this would be possible without your commitment and support. Teachers who motivate, raise confidence and aspirations, and have belief in their students are critical to inspire a new generation and a new society. The excellent research and collaboration to enhance the quality of teacher training and education in Northern Ireland allows us to inspire new cohorts of teachers. At the School of Social Sciences, Education and Social Work here at Queen's, we educate up to 138 student teachers every year through a taught PGCE for the secondary phase in 7 subject pathways. And working with colleagues at Ulster University and St Mary's University College Belfast, 4 places are reserved for the Irish medium sector. Today we endeavour to create a new generation who will champion widening access within our schools. To achieve that goal, we want to ensure that you're aware of the priority given to this by the universities and university colleges, and ensure that you're aware of the types of support we can provide, from financial to contextual entry criteria. We hope that this event will serve as an initial starting point for future work and collaboration between these 4 institutions and all of you, our student teachers. Together, we can change the lives of these young people. I look forward to joining you on that journey of change, a journey that will make Northern Ireland an even better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Greer. I'm now going to pass over to the Widening Participation Unit here at Queen's to find out about the range of activities that they do with local primary and post-primary age children.
So my name is Patricia Hampson. I am one of the outreach officers in the Queen's Widening Participation Unit based in Dassa. Basically I'm responsible for the Queen's Junior Academy programmes, which work with a range of young people from year 8 right up to year 12. So the Queen's Junior Academy Sports Programme is a 3-year programme for young men from year 8 to year 10 in 4 or 5 schools that we work with on an annual basis. As part of the programme, we take the young men through a series of sports related activities, some related to the subjects that you can study at Queen's through sport, and at the end of the 3 years we get those young people to take part in a junior leadership qualification which is accredited by Sports Leaders UK. It's great for us to see the young people coming through the programme each year on year, whether it's part of the Junior Academy or the Junior Academy Sports Programme. We see young people coming in with very low confidence and young people who are lacking the information and motivation possibly to go on to higher education. And our biggest successes is for me in the Junior Academy when I see young people progress to our Senior Academy and Pathway Opportunity programmes, and even a further step beyond that is when some of them actually become students of ourselves at the university.
It was my form teacher that told me about the Senior Academy programme, and I didn't really know anything about it. And she said, why don't you apply, because it seems like you qualify for everything that goes on in the programme. I thought I wasn't good enough and didn't have the right grades or just not the right attitude to get into Queen's, so whenever they were telling us that the Academy also helps with your application and just being surrounded by other people who wanted to go into Queen's as well, it kind of motivates you to get in, and I thought, well, if they can do it, maybe I can as well. The fact that Queen's wanted to take their time out and help me and get me the support that I needed really helped a lot. I found secondary school always really difficult. I never really enjoyed school. When I was growing up, I thought that revision was just a waste of my time because I would never get into the subjects that I wanted or the course that I wanted. But whenever I finally got through my A-levels and came to Queen's, it was just so much easier. I found people that were in the same boat as me. Being surrounded by those people and actually getting the help that I needed years ago from Queen's really did help. Just having the time given to me and kind of a bit more attention to my needs has really helped, because I didn't really get that when I was growing up. I came from a low-income family with a single mother and 4 kids, so I always thought I'm not the kind of person to get into uni. Just with the Queen's programme, it really motivates people to think that, yeah, university can be for anyone. With the support from Queen's Academy and also from Queen's themselves, it's helped me a lot, and I think I can do a lot more than just uni now.
thank you very much to the Widening participation team here at Queen's. I think you'll agree that that was a really informative piece on the work that they do. I'm now going to hand over to Professor Peter Finn, who is Principal of St Mary's University College in Belfast.
My name is Peter Finn and I am the Principal of St Mary's University College. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to endorse a new collaboration in initial teacher education, one which has the aim of enabling and facilitating a generation of teachers who will explicitly champion widening access and participation in higher education. The global pandemic, which we are all experiencing, has had a significant impact on school education, and that will continue to be the case for some considerable time. Unfortunately, among other things, it is likely to compound educational disadvantage in our society. Research by the Sutton Trust shows that homeschooling is widening the attainment gap between rich and poor. At the same time, one of the principles of good citizenship is to promote equality of opportunity for young people. I wish to reinforce a point that was made earlier, namely that a student's ability, potential and commitment to learning should always come first and not their personal or socioeconomic circumstances. This is a matter of social justice. It is a matter of fairness, plain and simple. Now, in your role as a student teacher and subsequently as a teacher or indeed a learning leader, you can play a key role in promoting fairness in education. First, you will have to decide the following. Do I wish to commit myself to social justice and fairness for our young people in terms of access to higher education? I sincerely hope that you make that choice. Second, you will have to be better informed about the various outreach and widening participation activities undertaken by our universities and institutions of higher education. And thirdly, you will have to make a personal commitment, a real commitment, by using new knowledge and skills to guide or steer young people and adults from underrepresented sections of the society in the right direction, a direction that gives them confidence and opens up the path to a better life. So what is the commitment of this institution, St Mary's, to widening participation? Well, there is clear evidence of the recruitment of students to our college from the most disadvantaged backgrounds. According to the most recent performance indicators, St Mary's has a participation rate of 42.7% from lower income families. Financial and other assistance is automatically provided to those students in the form of a college bursary. Enhanced bursary awards are made to other groups such as care experienced young people. Furthermore, the number of students on the Disability Support Register and the number of students receiving Disability Support Allowance has increased significantly at this college over the past few years. Now, the college also participates in a number of projects each year which specifically target groups of young people and indeed adults from disadvantaged backgrounds to help raise their attainment levels. Here are some examples. There is a summer transition school which we deliver in partnership with the West Belfast Partnership Board. It focuses on primary 7 pupils who may have difficulty in dealing with the all-important transition from primary to post-primary school. The 4-day programme, which is run on our campus, is delivered by local teachers and St Mary's student ambassadors. It helps to level the playing field for pupils with diverse additional needs. Then there is an Easter school, again in collaboration with the West Belfast Partnership Board, which focuses on post-primary students from disadvantaged backgrounds who are not performing particularly well in GCSE maths and English. Students attend GCSE revision classes in this college during the Easter holidays. The programme is delivered by local teachers and St Mary's student ambassadors. And over the last 21 years, this initiative has been critical in ensuring that thousands of young people in the Greater West Belfast area have achieved grade C or higher in GCSE maths and English. This has enabled them to progress to higher education after they've completed their A-levels or indeed their vocational qualifications. And a third example is an adult returners class for science, which runs every evening in partnership with the Spring Hill Community House and Conway Education Centre. This initiative focuses on assisting adults from areas of high deprivation to achieve a GCSE qualification in science. These are just some of examples of work involving our students and the local community. But we recognise that the universities, because of their scale and the high number of student places available, offer many more opportunities in widening access than we can. Therefore, I want our student teachers to be well aware of what the universities can offer. I want our student teachers to advocate on behalf of the universities, as well as St Mary's. I want our students to be champions in promoting fairness in education. We can achieve so much more in widening access if we work together in collaboration. At St Mary's, we believe that teaching is more than a job. It is truly a vocation. Today, we are asking you to embrace a vocational commitment to widening access, one which will enable more and more young people and adults from disadvantaged backgrounds to gain places at our local universities and colleges. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Finn. I'm now going to hand over to the Widening Participation team at St Mary's University College in Belfast to find out about the work that they do.
What is the impact of outreach programmes like the Easter Revision School, the Summer Transition School or the After School Clubs? Here's what pupils and our own student ambassadors had to say.
Education's important and I want to pass and I want to get a good job when I'm older.
In maths, I was doing Pythagoras and trigonometry. I didn't understand trigonometry before I came into school, now I do.
I'm hoping to become a music teacher and come back to St Mary's. And at least I need grade C in English and maths to come back.
In fourth year, I had the opportunity to engage in the St Mary's Easter programme, specifically focusing on GCSE maths. The reason that I did this was because I lacked confidence in myself in this area. Taking part in this Easter programme was not only good for my maths ability, but it also helped me grow in confidence holistically across the curriculum. I made friends and I was also inspired by the qualified teachers and also the student teachers in the college. Being a part of St Mary's in this way also cemented for me the idea that I'd had that I did want to be a teacher, and being in the college and the essence and the atmosphere that is so warm and welcoming. I just knew that teaching was what I wanted to do.
As a mature student, I believed it was important to be involved in the community around St Mary's, and that the Summer Transition School and the Easter Revision School played a vital role. The Easter School, as it provided students in the area that one-to-one opportunity that they wouldn't normally get to help study for their English and Maths GCSE. The Transition School in summertime helps the P7s adjust to this big change that's happening in first year for them. It helps their social and emotional well-being and gets them settled and ready and prepared for this new big challenge.
I've recently become involved in an after-schools online tuition programme to help pupils from a deprived area with their GCSE Maths and English. In this time, I have noticed the vital work that this programme does in supporting pupils with aspects of GCSE Maths and English that they feel they're struggling with. The programme reinforces the skills and knowledge that the pupils need in order to achieve their GCSEs. I also feel that the support in this programme has allowed the pupils to gain that little bit of extra confidence in themselves and their ability with their schoolwork. Through my involvement, I have seen firsthand the importance of programmes like this and the vital opportunity that it has in allowing these pupils to succeed.
Once I gained my place in St Mary's, I made a promise to myself that I would also volunteer at these programmes. So once the opportunity came about that I could volunteer in the summer programme, I jumped at the chance. I think it was such an amazing opportunity because it was a week out where these kids could engage with each other and make friends, but also as a student teacher I could do the same. I would definitely say that these programmes and growing up around St Mary's definitely helped me with my confidence and also being where I am today. I would just hope that I can inspire these pupils and ones who are taking part in the programme in the same way that the student teachers and volunteers definitely inspired me growing up and 100% helped me be where I am today, definitely moving on to being a qualified teacher within the next few years.
Hopefully you now have more of an idea of what widening access and participation means within St Mary's.
Thank you very much to our colleagues at St Mary's University College in Belfast. I'm now going to hand over to Professor Hazlett, who is Principal of Stranmillis University College.
According to the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. At Stranmillis, we believe it takes a community to educate a child. Education is transformative, but that transformative power doesn't simply lie in the classroom. It is only by creating holistic, supportive learning communities that we can truly begin to unlock the full potential of our children and young people and create better futures for all. Intergenerational learning is the bedrock of our widening participation strategy. We deliver this strategy through outreach in the community, developing innovative teaching projects in partnerships with schools, and providing access to high-quality educational resources, the expertise of our staff and students, as well as physical, practical, and teaching resources. Community outreach through our Strand in the Community outreach projects, we work in partnership with over 100 schools, colleges, and community groups. The aim is to build access pathways to higher education for learners. Our students are important widening participation ambassadors. Over 100 student volunteers work with groups in local communities, including parents, to promote widening participation activities. Typically, this involves providing one-to-one support to underachieving children or whole class activities designed to boost confidence and instill a love for learning. Student volunteers also play a key role in delivering mentoring workshops in support of more mature students in their higher education journey. A successful widening participation strategy requires long-term continuous investment. The college has invested time and energy in building positive attitudes to education in the early years of schooling for children through its Upgrade U project. The aim is to raise aspiration and attainment. Participants engage in fun yet challenging activities directly related to key areas of the curriculum, such as STEM-focused subjects, arts, and literacy. The Upgrade U project gives participating schools the opportunity to engage in regular on-campus learning activities. A good example is coding for schools. Last year, 30 primary school children completed an introductory programme to coding. The same group of children will return to complete the next level, and so will experience progression as part of their widening participation activities. It also means they retain contact with the college as they progress through primary school. We believe that regular engagement in campus-based activities over an extended period of time helps to nurture aspirations. Despite the disruptions of COVID-19 in the past academic year, over 1,000 pupils from primary schools engaged in campus-based learning activities. Campus-based activities not only provide access to college resources, but provide participants with an insight into and a feel for what it is like to spend time in a university setting. Many of the teaching projects led by our student ambassadors are aligned with our broader intergenerational learning strategy. Governors and teachers, as well as college alumni, are often involved in these projects. This breadth of experience is all part of the college's vision to create an intergenerational learning community. The college's mission is to sustain a vibrant, inclusive learning community, educating, shaping, and enriching society through excellence in teaching, scholarship, and research. Educational underachievement is one of the most significant and complex societal challenges facing Northern Ireland. Our Centre for Research in Educational Underachievement seeks to tackle this challenge by better understanding the causes, of underachievement, identifying the barriers to higher education, and helping to shape the educational policy and practice required to bring about change. This can only be effectively achieved through a collaborative community effort. Stranmillis is part of that community. You are an important part of that community. Working together, we can make a difference, build better futures, and ultimately offer opportunities for all.
Thank you, Professor Heslett. I'm now going to hand over to the Widening Participation team at Stranmillis University College to find out about the important work that they are doing in this area.
As Widening Participation Coordinator, I have the great pleasure of leading staff in the development of our outreach programme and support students at the college as they take part in a robust plan for community engagement, aspiration raising, and of course advice and guidance. The Widening Participation team engage with student teachers also in research and scholarly activity in support of various elements of our curriculum in Northern Ireland, including coding schools, literacy hubs, support for GCSE and A-level revision, and much, much more. This year, we took part, for example, in a financial literacy project which was targeted at child poverty in Northern Ireland. This was funded by Volunteer Now and the Consumer Council. We also work closely with our alumni to provide an intergenerational learning approach to widening participation, an extremely popular role modelling strategy across all of our programmes at the college. The big message for us in higher education and indeed in Stranmillis is inclusion and equality. We hope to inspire all children and young people and their families to choose higher education and feel strongly that no child or young person should ever be left behind. To that end, we work with over 700 partner schools and the 6 large regional colleges in Northern Ireland. We also offer a vast lifelong learning programme at the college and work internationally with many other universities for both opportunities for visits to Northern Ireland and for our students to experience other cultures, bringing a richness to our communities regionally, nationally and globally. Tackling underachievement and addressing the demands of underrepresentation in higher education is a commitment each and every member of the Stranmillis family hold fast.
So my name's Mary and I'm a Year 3 student at Stranmillis. I study the B.Ed Business and Enterprise alongside Computer Science as my subsidiary subject. I got involved in the Widening Participation. I'm from a very rural community and I have witnessed firsthand how important education is to our young people, with 50% of our young people leaving school with less than 5 GCSEs and real issues in English and maths. So the Widening Participation team here at Stranmillis opens a wide range of opportunities to children who are very hard to reach and children from deprived backgrounds. My favourite thing about being a WP ambassador is seeing the impact which it has on the young people and allowing them to be in a different environment from their classroom, maybe a more informal environment here at Stranmillis every time that they come.
I'm Jennifer. I am in Year 3 at Stranmillis and I'm currently studying the B.Ed Business and Enterprise with Computer Science. I decided to become a Widening Participation Ambassador because it just gives you such a sense of purpose when you help the children and you take part in the programmes, and it's just really fun to take part in. And when you see the excitement and the confidence build in the children, you just couldn't pay for it. It's great. Being a WP ambassador has enabled me to gain a lot of confidence that I really need to become a teacher. A lot of people in Stranmillis go through it like a breeze, can get up in front of a class of 30 children and just teach and do a lesson and be observed, where I be quite anxious about that and overthink it a lot. Where getting the experience of going in on a Tuesday and teaching coding club to primary 5s for an hour it's just gave me a lot more confidence.
My name's Jack Cassidy. I'm a second year student on the post-primary B.Ed Business and Enterprise course and also do Computer Science as a subsidiary. I come from an A-level background. I come from a town called Lurgan, and I just wanted to do teaching, and I thought Stranmillis was, I went to different places, but I really thought Stranmillis was the best place for me. Going to third level education, I'm only the second in my family, but outside of university, I've helped out with my local football club, and when I was in school, I helped out in various ways in school. I was deputy head boy, and so that brought a lot of responsibility as well, but also it brought a lot of responsibility, but also brought a lot of opportunities with it as well, and I think that's the big thing as well. Widening participation brings you so many opportunities and possibilities as a student, as a trainee teacher, which I thought it was brilliant for me. But the whole idea and aim of widening participation, bringing other students in from a diverse background and just being an ambassador for Stranmillis was the key thing, and it was a big thing for me because I've represented my school in the past, maybe even football club, but also I just wanted to represent my university as well, and that was the big thing, representing Stranmillis, and that's what I just wanted to do.
One of the really enjoyable factors that I'm involved with is the Widening Participation Programme. And what we do is we bring a class of students along with their teachers and their classroom assistants, and sometimes the odd governors come along, and we give students especially an engagement in a university setting. And it's something that they wouldn't normally have had themselves. It's something that maybe they're the first person in their family to actually get experience of being in a university. And so the whole idea is to give hundreds of young people a chance to be enthused, to be inspired about the things that happen at university. And so what I do here is I teach computer coding. We develop websites using HTML and other languages, and we just have a lot of fun together. And so no matter what course you're on, the widening participation aspect allows you to engage with people who you wouldn't normally engage with. And by bringing people in, a lot of our schools are maybe on the Bernardo's project, or schools which have predominant free school meal placements. And so a lot of these folks don't get the chance under normal circumstances, and their parents maybe haven't been to university, and they're not getting a chance to go along. And so what we do here with this programme is give them a chance, to give them an experience, and together we can have fun and learn together, and that makes it all a very worthwhile thing to do. So whatever you're involved in, whatever course you're going to be involved in, I can fully endorse the Widening Participation Programme. Thank you.
Thank you to Stranmillis University College. I'm now going to hand over to Professor Paul Bartholomew, who is Vice-Chancellor of Ulster University, to find out about some of the widening participation activities taking place there.
Hello. This event highlights the collaboration between St Mary's and Stranmillis teaching colleges and Ulster and Queen's universities to promote widening access and equality of opportunity. As educators, we have a responsibility to give the students who come through our doors the best education and raise their aspirations towards a bright future regardless of their background. Across the four institutions, we can use rich and excellent research to enhance the quality of teacher training in Northern Ireland, allowing us to train inspiring new cohorts of teachers on an annual basis. Each of the four institutions have a firm commitment to widening access, as illustrated in their widening access and participation plans. The outreach and widening participation programmes provided by each of the institutions highlight the importance of encouraging young people who are most able but least likely to consider higher education. The roles of teachers within our Northern Ireland schools is crucial in delivering this aim. Teachers who inspire, raise confidence and aspirations and have belief in their students are critical to the successful outcomes of our young people and indeed future society. By hosting the initial trainee teacher event, we aim to inspire the new cohort of trainee teachers and endeavour to create a new generation of teachers who will champion widening access within the schools. This initial event will use leading figures within each of the institutions to highlight the importance of widening access and showcase the current programmes that are currently in place, and will serve as an initial starting point for future work with this group of students and future collaboration between the four institutions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. We're now going to find out a little bit more about the widening participation initiatives that are currently being undertaken at Ulster University.
Designed in partnership with Ormo Baths and Barclays Eagles Lab, this programme complements the current GCSE in Business Studies. Staff from Ulster University and Barclays Eagles Lab worked with a cohort of Year 11 female pupils from Belfast Model School for Girls over a 4-week period in January 2020. Pupils were initially introduced to theories and concepts on business startup via an interactive lecture and guided discovery learning activities. They were then set a challenge on coming up with a new business proposal that would solve an issue or problem faced by young people their age. Pupils worked in small groups over a 2-week period before presenting their ideas to a panel of local entrepreneurs who acted as judges at the Eagles Lab. There was then an opportunity to network with the entrepreneurs and discuss their ideas further before all pupils received their end of programme prizes.
Hi, I'm Cassia and I'm a final year student at Ulster University. During my school years, I participated in the Ulster Widening Access programme for STEM, which allowed me to gain insight into the higher education and the likes of student life. Not only it assured me that I want to pursue my A-level subject choices, but it actually made me become more aware of the career possibilities out there. Once I completed my A-levels, I followed the path of STEM and got myself onto a course of interactive multimedia design. With my past experience of widening access, I was able to attain placement within the school outreach team at Ulster. I was responsible for designing graphics and multimedia content with an educational purpose for pupils, internal and external stakeholders and senior leaders, as well as assisting in workshops within the local schools. Additionally, I've been engaging with many pupils and aiming to inspire them to enter the world of higher education by taking part in our workshops, visiting our facilities and getting my hands-on experience of higher education. It's been great to give back and enhance someone else's future opportunities. One of the many things that will hold a big memory to me is becoming a female ambassador in partnership with the Ulster University and the Open Golf Tournament, where we've had over 50 girls from local schools. It was really rewarding to give my input. Currently, I'm in my final year of studies. Following my placement, I've been given such fantastic opportunity to become an intern. I truly believe that this will give me a head start in my career. My experience with the widening access as the pupil and someone who helped to open doors to young pupils that are in similar situation to mine when I was at school myself has really been an eye-opening process. I do believe that it's been a huge support for my journey and it did help me to get on the path that I'm on now.
Hi, so my name's Kate McGrath and I'm a second year History with Education student at the Ulster University in Coleraine. During the first year of my studies, I embarked on the Tutoring in Schools programme and was able to accept a placement that was offered to me in a school just outside of Cookstown, St Joseph's Primary School in Kildress. When I was there, taught tin whistle to the whole school from P1 right through to P7, and it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience. It was obviously very challenging, but it was extremely enjoyable. When COVID came last year and the schools closed, I didn't want to let that have an impact upon what I was doing and what I had achieved in the short time I'd been in the school. But it did give me an invaluable experience and it enhanced my skills and my desire to pursue my career in teaching. Like, I definitely knew that that was the road that I wanted to go down. And as a mature student, for me, that was very important to make sure that I was doing the right thing. I just felt like I've had the most amazing experience, and it was lovely then to be able to contribute something back into my local community as well. I loved being able to go and do lessons in a school that was close to me. The children were wonderful and they participated fully in all of the activities that I had planned and set for them. I just felt honoured to be able to provide some inspiration to them and make them aware of their future opportunities, and that, university is something that's available to everybody. So it was an amazing experience and I'm very, very grateful for it. So thank you.
Embracing Talent is a personal development programme which focuses on a range of workplace readiness skills. The aim of the programme is to engage with young people, develop a relationship with them and teach them what really matters when it comes to being ready for the workplace. I was struck by a comment years ago from a female pupil who said, "Stop telling me what it is I need to develop, tell me how to develop it." And that's what Embracing Talent does. It teaches the young person how to develop these skills.
The really exciting thing about this programme was that it was designed to actually help young people understand those soft skills, the transferable skills that employers really value. Problem solving skills, teamworking skills, communication skills, resilience skills. And in addition to the classroom-based learning that was very practical, one of the things that was really, really helpful was to actually bring people from the world of work in to meet the young boys, to talk about their story, their experiences of the world of work, and to highlight why all of those soft skills and the right attitude is really important.
There was really 15 or 16 young fellas who walked into their classroom 4 weeks ago, and they all basically sat in quiet, like young fellas do, and they sat with their heads down. Within 4 weeks, those young fellas sat upright, they engaged with everybody in the room, they engage with each other in debate and critical thinking.
The programme is great. It's a great opportunity for students to engage with adults in the workplace.
This programme has helped me develop my communication skills. So that's because when we were in the school, we were doing things like stand up in front of the class and stuff.
It's helped me because with the communication skills that we've gained and the teamworking skills, with my career that I want to move on and be a youth worker, I would need to have them skills to be able to take a group of young people, and with my leadership skills, it's helped me very much.
It's helped me because the communication, I've learned how to communicate better with people that I don't really know well.
We'll be very much skill-based focused with these kids, and this programme has been brilliant in doing that. It's got boys who would hardly speak to come out themselves, to take part in communication, to take part in teamwork activities.
I would love to start my own business here because to be honest, it's always been a dream to be a mechanic, so it'd be great to own my own business. And meeting the people earlier who have owned their own businesses has sort of put me in a mindset that I really want to do it now.
So Business and Community very much wanted to support the programme, to connect the programme with a range of different companies and individuals who could share their story, and we really would love to see this type of thing scale up across Northern Ireland.
Thank you very much to our colleagues from Ulster University. I think you will all agree that this has been a really informative afternoon, and I'm sure that you have lots of questions to ask our expert panel when we meet in a few moments on the Teams event. We look forward to discussing widening participation with you all in more detail then.